Sometimes, as humans, even as believers, we get in the way of God. We get in the way of the Spirit. The Spirit is willing to move through people who are willing to take a step, people who are willing to let God use them as a vehicle. That's why we say, not my will, but your will be done. God, use me as a vessel to carry out your will. But the problem is when we say that during everyday life, are we actually hindering the Spirit from making a move? Are we getting in his way, or are we letting him work? What does that look like? Well, a good example, and I saw this in a video recently. There was a guy getting a haircut at the barber's and wrestling with his flesh and the Spirit. Spirit's trying to tell him, hey, after this haircut, I want you to get up and pray. But in his mind, he was wrestling with it. He's like, the barber's not the right place to pray. There's all these people around. And anyway, at the end, he eventually does get up and pray. And when he says, guys, I just feel like the Lord is leading me to pray for you, everyone ends up bowing their heads. But the next time he came into that barbershop, all of the barbers were at his chair asking him questions about God. See, that little move of submission to the Spirit planted so many seeds that made people curious that now the talk of his next haircutting session was spiritual, and it brings them closer to God, and it plants more seeds. So we need to be willing to walk in the Spirit. We need to be willing to submit to God. Amen.